Okay, what we have here is a Samsung washer that has given me some fits. It won't spin out. I first thought it was the water pump, and by taking the customer's word for it, I went and got a water pump. I put a water pump on it, and I tested it, and it spun the clothes out. Well, I called the lady back, and she says, well, the other guy put control board on it. They did this and they did that, and it didn't work. I said, well, it worked for me. She said, a water pump, huh? I said, yeah. And well, after talking to her, come to find out other people had worked on it, and it consisted. She said it sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. So I tested it again, and sure enough, it would not work. And so I couldn't figure out what was going on. I thought maybe the rotor speed sensor might be bad on it, because it looked like a blemish on the rotor speed sensor. I changed the rotor speed sensor, same result. A new water pump, new rotor speed sensor. So, and I had, I'd work on it and I'd go off do service calls or work on something else and not really observe the machine. So I've been observing this machine now, and I found out that it's severely off balance when it tries to spin. Severely off balance. It's rare that the shock absorbers on these are bad, but everything else, the spider arms are good. The tub is in there perfectly. There's no wobble in it, and there's no looseness in it. The rotor is on there well, and the shaft doesn't move in and out like some have. Some have moved in, some have moved out, and they'll cause it to shut itself down. But not this one. Everything's perfect except it's off balance. And it's very rare, but there are occasions where the shock absorbers are bad. And the machine's fairly new. So I'm going to put a set of shock absorbers on this machine. So what we want to do is take this shock off right here, and we got enough light. I'm thinking that's going to be a 13 or 14 millimeter. That's a 13. There's one. Yeah, look at a 13 centimeter socket. That's 15, 14, 13. And a long extension. Yeah, we'll go through this hole, convenient hole there. And you can see, hope you can see in there where I'm taking it loose. There we go. I'll reach in there, pull that bolt out. Short one on the bottom, long one on the top. Let's pull this out. There we go. Let's change it. Alright. Put it down there like that. Let me make sure I don't need two hands for all this. this in there like this first. All right, that's one. Let's get this other one. So these tabs like this right here went into the these shipping gizmos. And we are taking these out with this little impact on account of it's easier. This is the new one. This one happens to be behind a drain hose. And it's not quite as easy to get loose. And let's see, that one feels good too. These are the new ones and they don't feel quite as good. Maybe they need to be a little bit loose. I don't know. But we will set this rascal in place. I don't know if you can see down that hole. But I am placing the bottom of that shock right in there. Right. Make sure that it's done. Alright, that's tight enough. Yep. Now this one, you can see I'm placing it right in there. And it's a little hard to place this because of the fact that this tub is sitting forward. I'm going to have to pick it up. I had that turned up because I was having trouble with that. A lot of trouble with that. Ah! That should be easier to get that into position now. I'm going to look through this little hole. Yeah. You know, there's almost nothing easy. There, it went. Okay. Make sure that it tightened down. And it did. I just don't believe this is the problem. Let's hope it is. Now, let's do it. Let's turn it up one more time. And for y'all that are worried about scarring it up, don't worry. I got these pads on everything. And let's look and see if we can get to these on the bottom. I think we can, because we'll get our wrench right here. Let's see. That's tightening. That's loosening from that side. We'll try doing this without having to remove the front, which was a pain. Reach in there and undo that one. I'm a tightening. I need to loosen. Sometimes it's hard to get your bearings. That's tightening. Golly, that's tight. That is correct. The correct way to go. Golly, finally. That Loctite on it. This one's keeping it in there. Here we go. You can see where that one's been wearing right there. Everything is in the way when you're trying to see something. So we're going to have to pull the front of this thing off again to get that one shock out. As much as I hate to do it, gotta be done. I tell you what, if this is not what it is, I'm at an impasse, and the shocks that I've taken off all feel better than the ones I'm putting on. Yes, they do. Alright, so I know we're going to have to take this loose. Let's get us a tray, this one, for these parts. This has to move rearward. So, and this pops off. Come on, there it went. Yeah, we can lay this aside. Then we'll take these loose. Now to take this off, there's 4 screws here and there's 3 across the bottom. However, when I got this thing, those 3 screws on the bottom were missing. So somebody's been in it before. And I know that somebody's been in it before because one of the easiest ways to take this off is just to... Oh no, don't tell me that. Is to unscrew the front of that. That thing is locked. I did not unlock it. It's one of those days, bud. Let's plug it in. Put the console back on it. There it goes. Unplug it again. All right. Where was I? There we go. Yeah, one of the ways you can tell somebody's been in it before is if they leave parts out and things like that. I'll tell you what, let's take the gasket off first. Lay that right there. Alright. Like that. That door's awful heavy. And unplug it there. And there. And there. Come on, man. Alright. Whoop. I'm forgetting there is a screw. There it is. There's actually a couple. I think this is the only one that needs to come off. This needs to come off. Yeah. All right. Yep, I think that was the only one that needs to come off. Oop. There's a plug there behind this thing. There it is. Now what that does is aggravates you is what it does. There. Where's that other screw? Now we can get down here and get that rascal off of there. The one we're working on is this one. We'll be able to get in there, get a swivel. I don't want to have to take that concrete weight off. It don't want to come off. boogering up that bolt. We gotta take that dang weight off of there. Take that swivel off. Man, that was a tough one. Get out of there. Oh Lord. Tight enough. Alright, where's my other one? Now that's all 4 of them. I hate these weights. That goes right there. Start that one. Start that one. Start that one. Very good. And see that one seems like it is tighter than the others too. So I'm not sure if that's going to fix it or not. Let's put the front back on. Not one of your easier jobs. Alright. Plug that one in. Now this one. And that one. Okay. Now that, yeah, see, somebody broke this away from there. It's been in it before me. What we'll do, try this in the morning. Don't have time to test it tonight. I don't think the shock absorbers there's anything wrong with them, unless they're too tight. I don't think that's the case. No, we don't put that on there yet. Let's put this on. And I am working from the top down. So let's put this on. And this is kind of small. I don't think yeah, and this is the way this is made. I don't think the zip tie trick's going to work on this one. So let's do the old screwdriver trick, which I hate to do. First we're going to pull the bladder out, the boot, and we're going to seat it around everything. Oh, there's a tear in it. Huh. Hey Wally, you're sniffing. Okay. Love you too. Let's get this screwdriver here. And we will use it to hold that in place while we take this one and run it around. Oh. God dang it. It'd be easier to go that way. kind of working it around and in as you go around. It's tough. That over. Push that one over. There we go. And then all you gotta do is make sure it's seated. All the way around. And it is. Took 3 screwdrivers, but we got it. Now we got to go to the bottom. And put these screws back in. No. Can't believe I did that. I see it. Get it back on there. Yeah. Get pliers and put that clip on. Right now, let's plug this back in. Alright, yeah. It is. Goes right there. Yeah. Now, everything's where it should be. That was not a little job there. Not a little job at all. Now in the morning, I'll try that out.
The next day.
Well, it's hard to believe that those shocks were what was wrong with this thing. It gave me a fit. It's very rare for those shocks to wear out like that. But now it's spinning wide open. Very smooth. Let's see water being spun out right here. Good test run. Now the lady who brought this machine, she said to a couple other people, and they were unable to fix it. They changed control board. I thought it might be the water pump from what she described. In fact, she described it just wasn't slinging the water out, so I almost immediately think it's a water pump. I changed the water pump. That wasn't it. I actually changed the water pump, and it worked. So I thought that was it, and I called her, and she said, after discussing it with her a little bit, I tried it again, and it failed. So it was working half the time. So I said, well, it's not the water pump. And I couldn't feel, I watched it, it wouldn't spin very fast. In fact, I didn't watch it close enough because I was going in and out on service calls. I'm thinking, maybe it's the motor speed sensor. So I changed the motor speed sensor, or the rotor speed sensor, and that wasn't it. And the only thing left that I could imagine would be the shock absorbers. Because springs don't really wear out. Springs, unless they get stretched some kind of way, they would wear out. But anyway, these things have spun out really well. Really well. So we got her fixed for her. And we're going to call the lady and tell her she can come pick her machine up. It was a challenge, but we got her done. Fixed another one, give me a thumbs up, and ship it out.